The plane that crashed last night just outside of Pittsburgh is now known to have been the private jet of the Roottree Corporation. Local aviation authorities have speculated, based on the pilot's final communication, that the winter storm and heavy winds played a significant role in the crash. On board were multiple family members, including corporate president Carl Roottree and his daughters, the Roottrees sisters, best known for their fashion lines and modeling careers. There were no survivors. Again, for those of you just joining us, the Rootrees are dead.
I know it's late, but I'm guessing you've seen the news. In addition to dealing with the grief, the Roottree Company's lawyers are scrambling. Everything's about to change. Anyone proven to be a blood relative is about to get much richer. I've heard you're an expert at sorting out complicated family trees. A genealogy genie, as it were.
That is true.
I'm going to give you a quick test. Pass, and I can promise you the job of a lifetime.
All right. Sleuth. All right, so I gotta complete the family tree of the Roottrees sisters, examine the evidence, search the internet for clues, fill the names, fill the applications, fill the holes. So this game is a genealogy mystery game, looks like. All right, evidence. Oh. All right. The person who hired you gave you this photo with a note attached. This was taken during the shoot of the Roottree sisters' Got Milk ad. I've tracked down a test photo from before they painted the fake mustaches on, which I thought would be more appropriate considering the circumstances. The ad copy reads, "You might recognize our faces from the magazine you're reading, or you might recognize our name from the candy bar you're eating. Being a Roottree is a full-time job, but so is growing up. That's why the calcium found in milk is so important. Plus, you can't make chocolate without it." Suppose that's true. Oh, highlight, copy, okay. Well, looks like a list of a bunch of people. All right, so this. Oh, okay. PC is equipped with a 56K modem. What? That's like the top of the line. And I can listen to CD music? That's insane. My computer doesn't even have that. Okay. Spider search. The notorious Montjoys. Welcome to your notepad. On each page, Other than this one, you can jot down important information such as names, family, relationships, marital status, sibling count, or anything else for you to remember. Okay. Get a couple pages going, I guess. Oh. Currently playing music. Okay, well, let's go Roottree. Minting the 5-piece, a popular candy. For that, the farm he inherited, his married wife only produced syrup. So Ellis is the founder. Okay. I don't know. Maybe I'm going too far here. I guess we can call this maybe beginnings. I think I spelled it wrong. I don't care. Yeah, I feel like that's wrong, and it feels wrong. That feels wrong too. I don't know. I'm gonna go with that. Oops. Um. Okay. So is oh, so wife is Gwen. Gwenth. Um. All right. So wife is Brenda. Roottree. Something about the root. Clothing. I don't know if that's important or not. All right, so you have Riley. Rose. And Raina. Tree. All right, let me head designer. The site says that this is the only time her daughter was ever listed with her birth name Carly Roottree. Ooh, okay. So, real name Carly. Gross. Okay. And all right, so she is the oldest. Married to TSM. Middle child. I suppose I can put for her sister's model together. right. Let's look at. All right, who is TMS? So who is Thomas or no? Tommy, Mark, Sheridan, time marches forward. First crediting role, 7 years old, 6-year Carson. Played by actor other than Thomas. And what is that? All right. So I mean, guess we can just do that real quick. So we know. So we know this is Riley. We know that this is Carly. We know this is Raina. And I believe they're models, right? Hey. And then this would be Tommy or Thomas, okay. Oh. I mean, that person looks the youngest to me, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Would I go by the picture then? Does one have a wedding ring on? They does. Okay, so she has to be then. All right. So at least so I do think she's probably the younger one then, because she does look the youngest. So just based off of that. Oh. Figure out what's incorrect. So is it the other way then? Alright, so it isn't that. Are they not models? Maybe they're not all models. Let me check. Um, because they are models. Okay, Riley is the oldest, married to TMS. Real name Carly is the middle. Right? And Rihanna, they are stars. Am I just wrong about this? No, no. I have to be wrong about one of their occupations, because I'm pretty certain it's not. Oh! Do I have these guys mixed up? Oh, how did I mix that up? Ooh, yeah.
Sorry to test you, but I had to be sure you could use the internet. Some folks refuse to get with the times. Safe to
Yep.
say, you're hired. The reward for untangling the family tree is substantial. Life-changing, even.
Ooh.
But here's the catch. The Roottrees go way, way back. The family tree's a bit daunting. Most people freak out the first time they see the whole thing. But I'm sure you'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
The man who started it was particular about whom he considered family. For your purposes, you only need his direct blood relatives. Anyone related only by marriage is optional, but filling them in can lead to useful discoveries.
Okay.
Lastly, you now have access to some unique websites, plus a list of notable Roottrees. Notable people are easy to find via your search engine, and marked with stars on the family tree. I'm off for now. Carl Roottree had a lot in his office. I'll look for anything useful. I'll return once you identify 6 more blood relatives. Sorry, one last thing. This might sound odd, but if anyone else claiming to represent the Roottrees reaches out, I'd appreciate you not mentioning I was here. Thank you, and good luck.
All right. Sleuth. Ooh, top secret. You can open this envelope after the whole family has been filled. It has 2 names that must be typed in manually. The clues are obscure, have been intentionally hidden in the past, and may even require some leaps in logic. Try to keep an eye out for any inconsistencies. All right. Well, let's work our way here. We know Brenda, right? Well, there's only one Brenda, and we know. Yeah, we know that she's here, so. And this would be Carl Roottree. We know that he is a president. And given that he was president when he died, I would say that he's the last one. Oh, that's not him. And since they're the founders and Ellis, so this would be Ellis, this would be Gwen. Ellis. Uh, um, I'll put that there. I'll leave his name for now. But let's work our way to Carl. Shot questioning in the time. Fondly of Carl. Like his great-grandfather before him, Carl earned the highly prestigious Watchman of the Year title. These are small, colorful candies since the late 20s. They've been pressed to the shape of a maple leaf. There's also a history of print advertising website that claims to have a 5-piece set scanned from the book called we'll say, call this page clues, maybe. And then I can put everything I Alright, well, let's try on the first Anderson maple farm. There's a few pictures, including the famous Alice and Gwen on the photo. Before Mary Ellen was Gwyneth Anderson. Gwyneth Anderson. Gwyneth Anderson. Oh, I might as well do this. First president. She had no brothers, so as the oldest sister, she had to inherit the Anderson maple farm, so long as she married. So she was a housewife. All right. Or Ellis took over the farm. Oh, public library. Let's go sweet. It's part of a book series about all things candy in the modern world. Starts in the 1925 and continues onwards in a chronicle and rise of mass production and global distribution. Okay. So, I guess we can delete that. Oh, cool. Booyah! Alright. And that's you then. Oh. Muffled toes. Alright, there we go. Team Blast and since I have a Team Blast, maybe I can search for what's her name? Because there's an extra photo apparently for her. Man, it's like I can't remember anything. Here we go. Age is that dreams are not outside of the grasp. My grandpa was a college professor who taught lectures about history. So your grandpa was that. So let's instead, he told me that I should go out and use my name to accomplish things. I think he may have practiced that lecture a lot because other people in my family have also made his name famous for things besides candy. His older sister even wrote a book. Okay, so father's sister. Actually, let me go to this. Let's keep things. Save notes. Let's go. Delete notes. Delete. Carl's father's sister was an author. Though my grandpa passed away earlier this year, tells me so. Carl's mother is named Laura? Alright, so let's go here. And how many Lauras are there? There's only one Laura. And this person was a professor. So, professor. And somebody up there, one of these four is an author. Wait. What was it again? Notes. Go back to the his older sister. Older, okay, so that's what I thought. So this would be an unknown female, because this would be older. And she would be an author. Right? And she's a star, so that means it ain't too hard to figure out who she is. All right. Let's look at. So it could be Lauren or Gwen. Tree. Be one of those two. Let's look up Lauren real quick. Author Lauren Roottree, distant relative of the, is known for her book Life Between Wars. It. According to a website about famous authors, in the early 1960s, Lauren released a few romance novels under her married name. Oh, okay, okay. So her husband's a rafter. After the success of her diaries, her publisher released the romance novel under the name that included Romance in the Courts. Alright, so it's pretty self-evident that if that is the case, she is Lauren Roottree. Now I just got to look up some books on her. So let's try this one first. A Life Between Wars. Well, I hit the jackpot with that. Okay. We can try then a Life. Oh, Romance in the Court. Romance novel by the about author blurb mentioned she had the inspiration from one of her brother Clancy's lectures. Clancy's lectures on the Middle Ages. Oops, I should probably just do all of that. right. Okay. So, oh, he does get a picture. Okay. So, if I'm to believe that that's her, then it would be these people here. And that much is her daughter sells revolves around her husband Jacob. Jacob. Okay. So we can go Jacob would be there, right? While Lauren was pregnant, this left her to raise her son Clark alone. Lauren never remarried and only had one child. So, how many Clarks are there? There's only one Clark. Okay. She was the granddaughter of Ellis, but on her father's side. Her mother's family was once called the Castles, but he hardly ever mentions them. Her father was always referred to as Pop when the head lawyer for the Roottree company. Named after Clancy Edward Roottree, who was Ellison's son and Rootree's head lawyer at the time. Due to its unique nature, it was brought up discussion often until the company makes that a fixed percentage are split quarterly amongst the bank accounts representing each blood relative. All right. Roottrees versus RR. RR attempted unsuccessfully to remove a fellow family member from the trust. It was said that RR attempted two arguments. First, the person in question was born out of wedlock, Second, they committed a significant crime against a fellow family member. So due to the ironclad wording of the clan's trust, it was impossible to remove any direct descendant of Ellison without completely dissolving the trust. Okay. The next generation, which is Laura's generation, okay. So that would be probably somewhat helpful. We could do something like that. So let's do... Oh. The free spirits. So we can do something like that. So we can go... Keep messing up. Page 9. The free spirits. Then we can do next gen. Then we do 5 peace. Then we can just do clues there and leave it at that. Right. Delete page. So father was always referred to as Pop. So what we can do with that is, let's put it this way, and then say we'll get rid of this for now, and we'll just say her father put it there. I wish there was a way to put Laura there, but I guess there's no way to really. And then all right, so let's look for Clark. Roottree? Oh, okay. times. Scan the cover. Apparently this was Jim Roottree and his first song together. Jim's cousin and Diamond's sister. And that was somewhat similar to you can find. Track is also included. Diamond Deluxe. Alright, so this one will go into, I think, this one maybe? Let's put that there. Cool things you got into the mail on a random forum about video games. One replies mentions that Jim and Diamond still send out a Christmas card every year to Diamond's daddlers. It's accompanied by some pictures as well as some history about a fan club. Diamond's son, Wolf. Okay. We're passing to the June. All right. Let's check some stuff out. Oh, there's more pages. Okay. So that's the 5 pieces, eh? Oh. get the photos out of the way here. I got all those photos. All right. So, wolf. So, because of Jim being a star here, makes me think that it has to be him is here. So, James. So James has to be there, which means that would be him. And this would have to be Diamond, right? Because that's... Then you can put a picture of her right there. And she has blonde hair, so I'll go with that. Right? Then he would be a musician. Is there a singer? No. So he'd be a musician. Right? So that would be Clark then, maybe? Because that doesn't look like him. Right? And then, where's my notes here on Clark? And then below would be there's a picture of Jim and their young son, Wolf. So I will put Wolf. So that would be her, and then this would be Wolf. That's Candy. She's a musician, I think. I mean, I wasn't done, but sure. Oh yeah.
You're on a roll. I'll try to keep that momentum going. Carl's office was a mess, thanks to some burst pipes. But I unearthed a photo from a 1970s Roottree reunion. I also found some important-looking papers. You've traced 9 blood relatives so far. I'll have more to share after you find 9 more.
All right. Well, we'll continue on the next episode. Thanks for watching, guys.